Welcome to day 353 of our Deso journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein here with my twin brother, Brian. And remember, these videos are being sponsored by NFT Tech. They are an investor in Clout Feed. So yesterday, there was quite a bit of news for Sunday. I guess we could say the news we're presenting today is from Sunday and early this morning today. But for a Monday morning, we have a good amount of things to talk about today. Desocial World, they released UkraineSocial.eu. UkraineSocial.eu. This is part of their push to onboard some Ukrainians in case they lose access to, the Twitters and the Facebooks and the Instagrams of the world. If Russia does take over Ukraine, that's a real possibility. So the idea is you create UkraineSocial.eu. It's on the blockchain. So if Russia does come and say, oh, we're blocking UkraineSocial.eu, you can always move it to another domain name. So this is kind of to help out the Ukrainian people. It is to help out the Ukrainian people. And Deso of Desocial World is doing an amazing job. And so UkraineSocial.eu is in 3 different languages. It's in Ukrainian, it's in English, and it's in Russian. Deso noted that 29.6% of Ukrainians have Russian as their native language. That's why Russian is included. So they have different feeds. There's a feed of posts in Ukrainian by anyone. There's a feed of posts containing the Ukraine hashtag. There's another feed that shows only posts by Ukrainians in the language that they use for any post. And there's a landing page, which Darian Parrish helped out with for Ukraine Social. So it's awesome. Ukraine Social is a handle on Deso that's tied into this website, UkraineSocial.eu. And Deso wanted to give a big thanks to Darian Parrish, of course, for the landing page, to Salil Sethi for the hashtag feed, to Disruptpreneur for donating Deso to buy the creator coin. I think it was 15 of their own creator coins were bought, and those creator coins are going to be divided up among the first 150 Deso users that Desocial World discovers are from Ukraine. And they also want to thank Jordan, who offered advice and support to lower the friction for the new Ukrainians that are coming on to Deso and onboarding to the platform. There are already 18 Ukrainians on Deso, as far as we know, and as far as Desocial World knows. They're brutal. Natalie Art, Shade Flowers, Abashidze Photo, I probably messed that up, Transhumanist, Saravente, Anastasia Koroshenko, Joel 1KO, Vitalife, BAFQ, Fantastic Woman, Memes Machine, Mary, Victory, Romash X, Jay Rebetz, Oza Duraz, Nyack, Kat Tyson, Steppard 93. So those are the ones that are already on there. And 100% of the founder reward raised on this new Deso account for Ukraine Social will be going to Ukrainians. And there's a 20% founder reward currently. So I love what Deso is doing. I love what Desocial World is doing. I think it's a great idea to kind of help the Ukrainians out.
Yeah, and it's what I love about Deso is that there's easy ways for people to help out. You can buy creator coin, you can give diamonds, you can do all sorts of things. You can mint NFTs and sell NFTs. So it strays from these other platforms. And I don't mean to use this as a commercial for Deso, because we're talking about a serious matter here, and what's happening in Ukraine is horrible. But Deso is enabling a lot of this goodwill towards Ukraine. So I think it needs to be taking advantage of, and Deso is doing that, and I'm happy to see all the people that are kind of contributing to all of this.
Yeah, and if you can do anything to help spread the word of UkraineSocial.eu, please do so. Post it on Twitter, Instagram, all your other social media sites, like the post on Deso that Desocial World made, because the more Ukrainians that can learn about it, the better for society.
Yeah, and so Nader, he released a DAO Tokenomics video. I think it was this morning or last night. Provides a lot of good information. A lot of the information we already knew, but he explains it in a way that's easy to understand. Thanks to Vishal Gulia for pointing this video out to us this morning. But I'll just go over a few of the, I guess, bullet points that Nader talked about. This video is about 10 minutes long. Just go to YouTube and search for DAO Tokenomics, and you should be able to pull it
or
right
just
up.
find a DAO account on YouTube, and it should be the latest video they released.
Yeah. So after launch, which is about 17 days from now, DAO coins will still be available to purchase, and there'll be $1 per 900 coins. This is a 10% fee coming out. So it's really $1 per 1,000 coins, but 100 of those coins, 10% get taken out for a fee. So if you want to get in before the fee, you buy the NFT within the next 17 days. It's going to remain open. The coin is going to remain open for 30 days after DAO opens. So that means about 47 more days, the coin will be open. So 30 days after the NFT launch, it will be open. So in 47 days, it should shut down. You won't be able to buy any more DAO coins ever again, unless the DAO votes to issue more coins, which is entirely possible. So as we already likely know, there's the bronze level 2.5 Deso, silver 25 Deso, and gold 2,500 Deso. You buy those NFTs and you get that Deso amount worth of DAO coins when it launches in about 17 days.
Yeah, so I just want to clarify. So if Deso right now is $29, and at the time this launches, it's $100, you're going to get $100 worth per Deso.
Right.
Like, so 2.5 Deso would be worth $250 worth of the coins.
Yeah, it's denominated in Deso. It's not denominated in US dollars. So whatever Deso amount you buy in, that's what you're going to get worth of the DAO coin, depending on what.
$1 is going to be worth 1,000 coins.
Right. Yeah. So all DAOs on DAO will be automatically listed on DAO Swap. And right now, Nader says the fee is expected to be about 10 basis points. For those who don't know, 10 basis points is 1/10 of a percentage, or 1/1000th of the total amount swapped. So if you're swapping $1,000 of Ethereum for $1,000 of Deso, you're going to pay a $1 fee. This could, of course, change if the DAO votes on it, but to start, it's going to be 10 basis points.
Not $1,000.
In addition to this,
$1,000 in Ethereum for $1,000 in Deso.
Right, isn't that what I said?
Okay, yeah, that's what never mind. That's what you said.
Additionally, 1% of every DAO that raises on DAO will go to DAO, will go to the DAO coin holders. So if say that Elon Musk came on and he wanted to raise a I'm going to Mars DAO, and he wanted to raise $1 billion, that would mean that $10 million, 1%, would actually go to DAO. And I doubt that's going to happen, but it's just an example. So another way for DAO coin holders to earn and share in that revenue stream. Additionally, they can vote to change fees. They can vote to add fees or add features. So Nader used the example. They could maybe start charging for a featured listing on DAO. Maybe it's $1,000 for a day to list a featured listing right on the front page of DAO. That they could charge, and that would go entirely to the DAO coin holders. So there's possible future ways of earning too. And then all this revenue, it's going to be voted on. They could vote to return it to shareholders via kind of a dividend, or they could vote to reinvest it. Maybe they want to expand DAO or use it to market DAO more. So it's all things that are going to have to be considered among the DAO coin holders via vote. And I think that this video probably clarifies a lot of things that people were talking about in the Discord, which is still growing. So I welcome this. I believe Nader's likely going to put out some more videos explaining some other parts of DAO, probably within the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, and like a lot of the people in Discord are not familiar with Deso. They're coming on to other advertising means, so this kind of gets them used to Deso, I guess, in a way.
Right.
So moving on, BitHunt, we talked about BitHunt, I think it was a couple of days ago. They rebranded as Deso List, and their website was desolist.cc. But now, thanks to Tyne, who I guess he owned the domain name desolist.com. He forwarded that to Jack Lee and the owners of Desolist, and they can now use desolist.com, which is awesome, and I think that's awesome of Tyne to do.
Yeah, great rebrand. Definitely something that was needed, as we said before.
So in yesterday's video, I threw out, we were talking a lot about DAO and BitClout and why BitClout wasn't marketed heavily and it kind of died out. And I just threw out a question and I asked, why couldn't Nader and the team really push the pedal to the metal with BitClout when we had all these influencers coming on? Like there's so much excitement about BitClout. Why didn't they stomp on the pedal and throw a bunch of money into marketing at that point in time? And Mossified, Ed Moss of Deso, actually replied and created quite a thread answering the question. And he gave a really good answer, I thought. He said that he actually had the same question when he joined the Deso team. And he actually ended up learning that the goal was never, I think most of us know this, but I think this emphasizes that point. The goal was never to build the next big social network. Like the goal wasn't to create the next Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. It was rather to build the underlying blockchain, the infrastructure to support the next big social network. And I think probably the next big social networks, plural. And he said that BitClout popularity resulted in people building plugins on top of BitClout rather than building on top of the BitClout/Deso infrastructure. And that's not really what they wanted. They wanted people to create their own apps, not just build plugins for BitClout to make BitClout better, as BitClout was just like a prototype. And he said there were some developers, there were actually a good amount of developers who did want to build an infrastructure, but they couldn't raise the funding. Like it was they just didn't have the means to raise the funding to do that. And he said that, you know, the creator coin and the founder reward system on Deso just wasn't really the answer for developers looking to raise money. It just wasn't feasible with the way that the bonding curve was working. You know, it's so sharp when it gets higher. So it's very difficult to raise money through the founder reward in order to fund a company. And they learned through this, and that learning is part of what led to the creation of both DAO and the Octane Fund, where DAO lets you raise funding. It's not based on the bonding curve. You just raise the funding, and then those coins trade on. It's going to be on DAO Swap, and the Octane Fund, of course, is taking money that was brought into Deso when they first launched and utilizing it to help developers fund their projects.
Yeah, and I think that's I totally buy into what he's saying. It would have been a tragedy if you had all these people spending a lot of money, spending a lot of time building like a third layer on top of BitClout. Like BitClout's this layer 2. A third layer would be an app or some kind of plugin built on top of BitClout. So if everybody started doing that, it would be a shame. Because obviously, I mean, no offense to anybody, but BitClout.com was pretty much crap. It was a great example of what Deso can do and what the BitClout blockchain could have done back in that time. But the front end of it was not very good. It wasn't really something that you'd say, oh, I'm going to send all my friends here and they're going to be wowed by it. The features, which stem back to the blockchain, were amazing and are amazing, but the actual BitClout.com wasn't. So I think that looking at it this way and looking at how DAO is playing into this, of course, we have the Octane Fund. We have $50 million, probably about 40 million, 39 million left of the Octane Fund to be doled out to different groups. It is important to have DAO because this is going to enable companies to raise capital in a way that's simplistic, only a few buttons. Now, like I said before, I'm still worried a little bit about regulations and what the proper route would be to go in creating a DAO, especially in the United States. But I hope that Nader is going to clarify that soon. But Ed did a fantastic job in this reply to you. I think Ed is super smart at what he's doing. I really understands he truly understands what he's talking about, and he truly understands
do.
the blockchain, and I think Nader's vision. So thanks, Ed, and we look forward to seeing you post some more.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Brian.
Obviously, I'm not talking about that, Ed.
Oh, Ed Moss. Okay. Just say Mossified, then you don't get us confused. So Supernovas version 1 is launching today. So that's really exciting. They haven't said exactly what's launching today, as far as I can tell. Solana, Deso, and Ethereum gasless minting, I believe that's going to be part of the launch today. I know they're doing a DAO. They're doing some stuff with DAO coins. I think that's going to come a little bit later, but I think we'll probably learn more about that, about their tokenomics. And, you know, I think there's a lot of potential to bring some other artists and collectors from these other chains into the Deso ecosystem. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see just how easy it will be for them to bring Solana and Ethereum artists, creators onto Deso. We need stuff like this. So way to go, Supernovas. I think cross-chain is important. Some people might say, yeah, why not just keep everything on Deso? But it's important that we stem out and we attract these other people from these other chains over to Deso, because otherwise it's just going to be kind of an echo chamber of Deso users. You want to reach out to all different chains and bring those people on board so that they can start minting, they can start advertising outside of Deso as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure what time it's launching, but it's sometime today. And we'll probably talk about it more tomorrow. So Nader changed his profile picture, Brian.
Yeah, so he's no longer the rarest spooky. He actually changed it to a picture of himself. I don't know what the hat is that he's wearing, but it's Ukrainian colors, the yellow and blue. I can't read what it says because it's just such a tiny little picture. Maybe somebody could fill us in, but it looks like he's supporting Ukraine, which is awesome. I know a lot of people have been changing their profile pictures to images that support Ukraine in some way. Obviously, what's happening over there is a tragedy. Don't like seeing any of that. But our hearts go out to all the people that are suffering over there. Hopefully, we can figure this out soon.
Yeah, and Brian and I have purchased our airfare to LA for the Deso anniversary. The event takes place, I think, from the 25th through the 26th, is it?
Friday's each Sunday, so it's the 25th through 27th.
But the main event's going to be on March 26th at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 6 till midnight. And it's going to be taking place at the Hungarian Cultural Alliance in downtown LA. Like I said, Brian and I are going to be there. We're flying in the night of the 25th, and we're leaving on, I think it's the afternoon of the 28th. And also the team from NFTZ is going to be there. Wouter won't be there, but Boss and Martijn will make it. And we're looking forward to meeting all of you there who can make it either virtually or in person. I think it's 5 core team members are planning on attending. So it should be a really good time.
And some old OGs that haven't been too active. I hear some old OGs might be showing up. So maybe we can get some older OGs to show up, maybe become active again, bring back some of the buzz from those initial months. I'm not going to say any names, but there's some pretty awesome people that I'm hearing that might be showing up.
Yeah, I've reached out to a few of them myself, so I'm looking forward to seeing them again.
Yeah, so let's do the hashtags. So Open Prosper, of course, they post the daily hashtags every day, and the top 5 over the last 24 hours were Ukraine, Deso, photography, top tip, and wordplay. So these were a lot of the same ones from yesterday. Ukraine #1.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if Ukraine stays up there now that UkraineSocial.eu's released. And they have a feed just for the Ukraine hashtag. So definitely, if you're talking about Ukraine, be sure to use that hashtag, and your posts will show up in the feed on UkraineSocial.eu.
Yeah, so let's move to the top earning accounts over the last 24 hours, according to Open Prosper. So over the last 24 hours, $12,821 was earned on Deso by 1,284 creators. This number is continuing to move up the last 3 days. Let's hope it continues that trajectory in the upward direction. I'm not sure if any of that includes maybe bots. It's possible, but I like seeing it move up. 13 creators earned at least one Deso. This is staying around the same as it was yesterday, I think. The top earner was Dao again with $11,236, followed by Crowd33, ZN Mead, Mossified, Ed Moss, Cloutpunk, The Nobody, Live Oneself, Seals, UkraineSocial, which we just talked about, and Unicat.
Yeah, congratulations to all those people. And I'm sure we'll have another list to talk about tomorrow. Cloutpunk's been up there for, seems like for several days this past week. Must be selling some NFTs. Maybe it's the Ukrainian one. Anyhow, community events today, 11 a.m. Eastern time on Clubhouse is Music Monday, decentralized social music with chats today, Michelle Lord, Miss Katie Ann, GJ Art, Rhubarb, Dr. Rob, Mantan Darizin, Goldberry, Mercury, William Laurent, Bitmoms, St. James, Extinct, and many others. It's a great room, especially if you're into music and like hearing all different types of music from within the Deso community. Definitely check out that room. And at 2 p.m. Eastern time on Clubhouse is NFTs to Space crew meeting with Chase Steely, Matreshka. Brian and I will try and be there. Jay Vague, Izzy, Illuminati, Clout Cox, and Michelle Lord should all be on hand to talk about NFTs to Space and what's happening next with their project, which is an awesome project. And then at 8 p.m. Eastern time on Entra is their town hall with Juan, Michael, Marion, and Sean. So I think that's all we have for today. Everybody have a great Monday, and we will be back at you tomorrow.